In this particular video, I'm going to present a lesson on significance, limitations, and the limitation of the study. A research work consumes resources such as labor, time, money, and materials. A researcher does not waste his or her golden time unnecessarily without expecting something fruitful. Significance of the study is the place in the study where the researcher describes the importance of the study, the expected outcomes of the study, what the study findings could contribute after the research is undertaken and accomplished. Significance of the study then refers to the benefits of the study, to whom the findings of the study benefit, what the researcher wants to do with the finding of the study. Another thing or point that I'm going to present for you here is about limitation of the study. Research project work is not straightforward as such. Straightforward as such, when you say it is not easy task. In other words, there are obstacles that refrain the research work from undertaking as planned by a researcher. Among these limitations of the study that create impact on the study might be the shortage of inputs such as human resources, labor resources, financial resources, time, shortage of information, limitation of knowledge to undertake research, not getting permission for undertaking study. So the following can be some of the limitations of the study. Say, the research methodologies and the methods the researcher preferred to use might limit or might influence and impact the researchers. So anything that influences the research undertaking, the process, that obstacles the process is known as limitations. Another may be failure to or inability to get information timely and sufficiently. Another possible limitation may be the limitations that arise from data gathering instrument selected. What type of data gathering instruments we are using? They have their own limitations as well as advantages. Another may be non-availability or lack of literature related to the topic under investigation. Most researchers ascribe this as the problem. They say or mention that they lack or they could not get literature related pertaining to the topic under investigation. Actually, this is not partially accepted because where did that researcher find or where did he look for that specific literature? Is it in the library? Is it in the internet? Where did he find? Did he ask people? So the way he tried to find out or search or look for matters. Therefore, it is no good to ascribe the lack of literature as one of possible limitations of the study as such. As a researcher, it is up to him to find it out on one way or another means. Anyways, one of the possible limitations of the study might be a lack of literature. Another is temporary and accidental negative events, such as unintentional negative events that take place. Uncertainty, when you say we are not sure about the future because of this certain problems or risks might occur. Anyways, the researcher should not necessarily put the limitation only. He has to also put what he or she plans or intends to resolve those limitations. He or she as a researcher should not simply put the or write down the possible limitations of the study. He or she also seek for the mechanism to reduce those problems or to the mechanisms he or she can work on such a risky situations under those limitations. Therefore, the research report should clearly explain these steady limitations, the potential impact on the findings, how and to what extent they could influence the results, and the researchers plans to lessen these effects as well. Hence, before I move to the limitation, I think I want to say something about limitations. Identifying these limitations of a steady head and anticipating the impact that bring on the steady results is very important. Another thing is delimitation scope of the steady. Limitations and delimitations. Limitations are the obstacles or problems. Delimitations are scope. Scope. In a brief explanation, delimitation means nothing but scope of the study. Any research project should have a defined scope. Any study work is bounded with scope such as time, place, conditions, depths, and breadths. Otherwise, the research work will be straight and lacks tangibility and becomes infinite. This bound of scope of research is known as delimitation of the study. So, delimitation of the study is also something which is very important in order to make that research tangible and workable. So, having said all these things, I would like to thank you for your attention. I also sincerely appreciate your time and considerations. Remember to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. See you in the remaining videos. Until then, bye. Bye-bye.